Today we're looking at and rating aquariums from popular movies. But first, let's go to the intro. Wow, it's built into the wall. That's pretty cool. Although I do see some fish that maybe are a little bit too large to be in there long term. The adult sizes will be too large. Like I saw a Moor Scheidel in there, saw an Emperor Angel. Those might get a little bit big, but this is a pretty big tank. It's got a lot of height, which they don't necessarily need, but it's got a lot of length to it as well. And just the complexity in the coral. It looks like it's all dead coral, but it's something for the fish to hide in. This is how I met my wife, by the way. Just kidding. That would've been cool. Lots of, see, there's an emperor angel, or some kind of angel, because they change colors as they grow, and they change patterns as well, which is crazy. Thought I saw a wrasse there. Lots of yellow tangs, clownfish. I think I saw some chromis in there. Pretty good variety. Whoa, 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 whoa. How'd they get that shot? That's crazy. Okay, looking back at the tank though, tank looks really good. Like this has gotta be like at least, this might be like an 8-foot long tank. I mean, I don't know how tall Leonardo DiCaprio is. Yeah, Leo's 6 foot. So it looks like at least a 6-foot tank. Maybe it's an 8-foot tank. So it actually is long enough for these angels. But just based on when we pan through the tank, it doesn't look like it's that deep. Like it could be a lot deeper front to back, and that would definitely benefit them. But the size of the tank lengthwise is really good, actually. It looks like they're going with the overstock method, so I'm not really worried about aggression. There's enough hiding spots in case anybody does get aggressive. And I really like the aesthetic that they have going on here, with the Emperor Angel having that yellow outline, and then you have that base yellow from all the yellow tangs, and then that connects to the Moor Scheidel. It looks good. I can tell that the coral's all dead, like the polyps definitely aren't there, but the dead coral structures that they have in here is really cool. And as it dissolves, of course, as the structures dissolve, it'll benefit the hardness of the aquarium, which saltwater fish also love. But I think I'm going to give it maybe a 7 out of 10. I mean, it's a big tank lengthwise. I just have a really big problem with the depth front to back of this tank, because these fish, we're talking about emperor angels here, are not going to be able to turn their 15-inch body around in what looks like less than a foot of turning space. However, because it's a very long tank and because they have real dead coral in there, I'm still going to give it that 7 out of 10. Now, I had actually forgotten there was an aquarium in this. But that is pretty cool. That's like thousands of gallons of water in the roof there. Now in that main tank, I see some probably fake plants. I see some bubblers. I see that it's definitely not cycled. You can see how foggy it is. Whoa, that's so cool. Did anyone else want to build a house out of aquariums, or was that just me? This is kind of what that is though. That's so cool. Oh, are there fish on the bottom of the tank? Are those snakeheads? Whoa. Whoa! How come only he flew? He went across the room, dude. That's a fish keeper's worst nightmare right there. Oh, and the tank above. Oh my gosh. Are there fish? Oh, those are fish. Those are probably prop fish though, right? Those are definitely prop fish. There's no way that they would have that many fish spilled out on the street. Although I guess, you know, the fish are not viewed very highly by most people, so why would they be here? Okay, just going back here to the tank that's in the middle of the dining room. It does look like there's some kind of fish in there, but it's so hard to make out. I kind of want to say that they're snakeheads, which would mean that it's freshwater, and maybe some bichers, but it's so blurry. All right, going back to that first clip, now I'm seeing it's called Aquarium. It kind of looks like it's koi that's filling up that top space. As for a rating, tanks are super foggy, clearly not cycled. There's some bubblers, but I don't see any filters. Fish are either inactive or dead. So, and you know, they blew up the tanks at the very end. And who knows if the fish were still in there, they might very well have been. So even though the tanks are super huge, and this is a dream for probably many of you, and including me, to have a house built out of fish tanks, I'm going to give this maybe a 2 out of 10. It had a lot of potential, but the tanks are empty, boring, and probably uncycled. Alright, so I do apologize for the quality. But you can see we've got 3 lionfish here that are snacking on some feeder goldfish. The tank kind of looks weird there, doesn't it? Just this block in the middle of the room.
The Japanese fighting fish.
The Japanese fighting fish?
This particular one is valued at over $20,000.
Nope. The fish is $20,000? There's no way. So lionfish actually will not bite you. You're a predator, not prey to them. I'm gonna give it 5 out of 10. I mean, it's a nice acrylic tank. It's a nice stand, even though he doesn't know how to work with the feng shui of aquariums. There's too many lionfish, and I mean, now there's only 2 for this probably 40-gallon tank, but lionfish aren't that active to begin with, so it's not a big deal. Honestly, the biggest problem is that he is feeding comet goldfish, which aren't a great food for your fish. You're better off with something a little bit more natural. Comet goldfish have a lot of excess fats to them. There's more healthy things to feed to your lionfish. And of course, he thinks that they're Japanese fighting fish, which by that I assume he means Siamese fighting fish, which are betas. I don't know how you got that one messed up. 5 out of 10 is where we're going to leave it, and let's move on to the next one. In this first shot where he's going to feed the fish, we can see that this tank is really tall, like it's weirdly tall. Just like in the Romeo and Juliet tank, the goldfish is not gonna love this height and this thin space that he's in, but he's not gonna get as big as the Emperor Angels. It's got at least 3 feet of length to swim around in, which is also not bad. Although it's hard with the glare, I think he's got an internal filter in there, he's got a bubbler. He's probably gonna lose a lot of water due to evaporation. I mean, I can see that there's already evaporation lines on the side. But you can see that he's doing, like, he's trying with this goldfish. He's lowered the water level so that it doesn't jump out. He's using plants that the goldfish is probably not going to eat. Kind of looks like a couple of Java ferns in pots from this angle. And to ensure that the goldfish doesn't choke on gravel, he's not using gravel. He's using what looks like a fine sand. Of course, unlike in the other movies, this fish is CGI. It's not real, and so our concerns don't really matter. But if it was a real fish, then he's doing pretty well. Now, part of the plot is that Mark's alter, or his split personality, is like a parent buying him a new goldfish every time one dies so that he doesn't get upset, or in this case, so that he doesn't find out that he has an alter. I have 2 problems with this. The first problem is the goldfish has been healthy each time, and Mark's alter has never been at play for more than a few days, so why would the goldfish die that quickly? He's getting fed, he's got fat on him, it's a big enough tank, the tank's well cycled, it's not cloudy. Why is this goldfish dying? My second problem is that they don't seem to believe in this show that fish can regrow fins, and they totally can. As long as the bones are still there and the rays are able to regenerate, the fin will also be able to regenerate. So, totally a thing. Anyways, back to the tank. I'm going to give this tank, probably an 8 out of 10. It's actually a really good tank, especially while the goldfish is this size. Will it outgrow it? Maybe, probably, eventually. Goldfish are quite hardy, but in comparison to the rest of these tanks, this tank is pretty awesome. Live plants, looks like good filtration, big tank, kind of tall, which is weird. Movies like tall tanks because you get to see the whole display of it. It's better, honestly, to keep lower, longer tanks, but it's more impactful in a movie when it's taller. So I understand why they did it. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to say thank you for watching all the way to the end of the video. If you like this video, make sure you leave it a like. And if you want to see updates on my tanks, as well as choose what the next video is going to be, subscribe to this channel. And I will see you guys next Sunday.